the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie in years. I have been waiting for this movie. It even cracked my top 10 highly anticipated films of the year list. I am a big fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I've been the Ninja Turtles fan since I was 4 years old. I'm just ready to talk about this film. So today, I thought it was time for me to stop and talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Please know that everything that I will say in this video is just my very own opinion. My name is SW Nation, and you are free to comment down below your very own opinion on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Please don't forget to check out that Twitter. That's going to pop up on your screen right now. And with that being said, guys, Turtle fans unite. Comment down below your favorite turtle right now. And with all of that out of the way, let's get right into our review.
My son, Michelangelo, you have heart. Donatello, you have wisdom. Raphael, you have bravery. And Leonardo, honor.
This is the last movie on my top 10 highly anticipated movies list that I have yet to see. So without further ado, let's get right into the good. And the good thing that comes to mind here is that this film is really just that good to warrant a 95% Rotten Tomatoes score. I mean, the Ninja Turtles have had a really rough history with the critic score. I mean, they range from 48 to 37 to 29, just really low scores. And it felt like not one Ninja Turtles movie could ever reach fresh, and this movie did it. They really had a rough history because since the original, changes have been made that range from stupid to just plain weird. This movie makes a change that kind of works and leans more into the turtles wanting to feel more accepted by society, longing to interact with people above the sewers. All of that worked for me, and they really put the emphasis on the teenage side of things, even casting real kids as the voices. I mean, while watching the movie, I'm pretty sure that these kids most likely recorded their lines together because the overlay of voices just felt a little bit too natural. It felt like they were all in the same room, and they really feel like actual brothers. The way that they tease Leo or talk trash about each other or even just support each other, I love that aspect. They're still 15 years old. They're just kids. And they were also even able to reference type of lingo that kids use today, like Riz or anything like that. So to anybody that hears that, and probably myself would have thought that this is just cringe, it's corny, but they found a way to make it funny. And I think that's one of the things that is very strong at, is that it's really trying to make you laugh and make you have a fun time and be entertained and have a big grin on your face. The animation also looks a little bit more close to Spider-Verse with the uniqueness. I mean, many people will compare this to Spider-Verse, but it's totally different and more unique than that. The animation looks like weird drawings a kid would draw in art club, like a 7-year-old would draw, with these different sketches over the lights and just the overall scribbles and scrabbles all over the screen. I mean, all of it looks incredible. It looks dynamic and it looks super cool. All of it just comes to life in the best possible way. I just love the city. The city looked incredible. The turtles looked incredible, but I will get into the designs later. If you want to bring the turtles into a new light, a new dynamic, and also introduce a new animation style that would change the medium forever, this is how you do it. Superfly, the villain, is also pretty hilarious. Ice Cube really brought this character to life. And just when I thought, despite some cool action scenes, this movie was losing me a little bit, Superfly appears, and now the whole movie is just hilarious. Man, once Superfly soars into this movie, I was having a blast. It felt like every single line of dialogue that came out of his mouth was just gold. All of it was just gold. Just his brothers and sisters like Bebop and Rocksteady and Mondo Gecko, Paul Rudd's character inside of the film. They're just incredible characters that I loved. And Superfly's character is tragic, relates to the turtles, and is also used to create a moral dilemma for the turtles. One little small detail here that I wanted to bring up was that Splinter and the turtles are very lonely, and that's something that the Ninja Turtles in any medium has to get right, is that the turtles and Splinter are very lonely and all they have are each other. But also I love the fact that they kind of touch on the theme of parents enlisting prejudice in their children versus what they experience, so then their children don't have to experience that. But also is a more selfish reason behind the scenes without even saying much, just the way that the movie shows it. Maybe I took it a different type of way. Splinter keeps the turtles in the sewers for his own selfish reasons, and that he doesn't want to be by himself alone. Holding back the turtles is benefiting only himself. I think that's incredible. I think that's something that we should all think about when watching Ninja Turtles from now on. And lastly, Leo is now the main character, which I think in the future we're going to have different movies surrounding around different characters. I got to say, I love the character of Leo in this movie more than I liked of Raph, Donnie, and Mikey. And Raphael is my favorite Ninja Turtle of all time. But I do think it was about time that the leader of the team was the main character instead of Raphael always being the main character. But I also have to say that I do have some issues. So with that being said, let's move right into the mix. And the mix thing that comes to mind here is that I have some issues with April's design. It's not bad, it's just odd. I'm not a big fan of this shorter, chubbier version of April. That's just my preference. I'm not a big fan of that version of April. I'm fine with her wearing glasses. I'm fine with her, being, the school nerd, and I'm fine with all of that. It's just her overall design. I think they tried to take inspiration from the rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series. They just failed into bringing that into 3D. So that's really where my issues kind of stem from in the mix, because I'm not positive. I'm neither positive nor negative on it. It's an issue that I just wanted to bring up. And also the voices. I feel like Leo's voice, incredible. Worked so well for the character. In fact, I grew up listening to this guy. I watched Amazing World of Gumball when it first aired. This guy played Gumball in the first seasons before he went through puberty and stuff, and they replaced him. So I thought, wow, bringing this guy back to animation and voices, all I heard was Gumball. It's kind of poetic because he's also, Leonardo, the blue ninja, and Gumball is the blue cat. It's so cool. But also voices like Mikey, I'm kind of warming up to. It's kind of weird, but okay, black guy for Mikey, that's all right with me. Once we get into Donnie's and Raph's voices, I'm just kind of tapped out of the movie. I'm neither positive nor negative on their voices. They work for that film. It's just not what I envisioned Raphael or Donatello to sound like. And I think maybe we should kind of shift up some voices in here. I think maybe Donnie's voice kind of belonged to Mikey's in this movie. I don't know. It just felt like Mikey sounded a little bit older, or looked older than Donatello when Mikey is the youngest. It's just me being that toxic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. It's not what I expected Raphael and especially Donatello to sound like. Donatello's voice really kind of took me out of the film along with Raphael. The only reason why I put this in mixed is because we are getting an animated show and more movies, sequels to this movie. So I think they're gonna make the characters grow up with the voice actors. And I think that's a good idea. Maybe once this Donatello voice actor gets some puberty in his voice, then maybe it'll sound a whole lot better. It's just strange because Leonardo sounds like how I envisioned him to sound like. And then you have some unique choices with Michelangelo, and then Raphael and Donatello just sound strange to me. And the bad thing that comes to mind here is that this is a more lighter version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And the only reason why I put it in the bad is because I appreciate the darkness of the Ninja Turtles. I mean, they originated from dark comics, dark and violent comics, and then you lead into the original film, and it had a little bit of the camp and the pizza loving dude cowabunga thing from the cartoon, but they also leaned into the darkness of the comics that it originated from. So this movie appeals more towards the cartoon fans. I am a cartoon fan, so like I said, I have a lot of good to say about this movie. But I just really, really wanted them to go in a more darker route. But like I said in the mix, maybe we're going to grow up with these turtles. So once these turtles grow up in later films, then we're going to have more darker stories featuring Shredder, maybe even lead into Krang, all of that. So I really hope that they kind of tap into the darkness of the comics. And also, the ending I didn't really vibe with. I appreciate my turtles to be more like outcasts and such. The choices that they made inside of this film, I guess you could say is a spoiler. I'm gonna give a minor spoiler warning, I guess. A minor spoiler warning. So if you don't want this, skip to the summary conclusion. But this is the ending I really didn't vibe with, is the bottom line here. But you can skip to the conclusion to, to hear the rest of my thoughts. Okay. The ending here ends with the turtles being accepted and going into high school, going to prom. And I don't know how I feel about that because of the fact that I love my Ninja Turtles to be outcasts. And then eventually, appreciated by society. But I love the idea of the turtles living in the sewers and nobody knows that they are the ones that saved the city. Again, I'm the toxic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. But I've been a fan of the Turtles since I was 4 years old. I wore green to the theater. I'm recording this in a green hat and a green shirt. I love the Turtles. I'm just not that interested in seeing their high school years. In conclusion, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem delivered a great Turtles movie that does something new and interesting while keeping the core values of the Turtles. It's hilarious at times, it's heartfelt at times. Despite the ending, this film does things unlike anything we've ever seen in an animation standpoint. It's incredible what they portray on screen with this animation style, and I would love to see more of it. The designs and voices did kind of rub me the wrong way, but beyond that, it's definitely up there with the OG in my opinion. I would give this movie a B+ and an 8.6 out of 10. And I would say, Turtle fans, unite. You guys are going to love this movie. It taps into the themes of the cartoons. I'm a cartoons fan. It worked for me. All right, guys, that is it for the review. Please know that everything that I did say in this video was just my very own opinion, and you're free to comment down below. What did you think of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem? Comment down below your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to check out that Twitter. That's going to pop up on your screen right now so you can get all the updates on what movies and TV shows I'm watching at whatever time. And with that being said, like, comment, and subscribe. Please don't forget to come back later for all Ninja Turtles movies ranked. And with that being said, I will see you all next time. Peace.